Aloha, it's Dave Lawrence. How you doing? Big mahalo for tuning in today. We've got our good buddy on the line from one of California's coolest bands. He's coming back to the islands Feb 24. He and the group appear in Honolulu. Feb 25, the Castle Theater at the MAC, Showroom of Compassion, latest record. Has Long Time on it, big hit. Also Mustache Man, Sick of You. Hear all about what they're up to these days as we welcome back our buddy from Cake, John McCrea. Big John, aloha, mahalo, brother.
Hey, mahalo, Dave. How you doing?
I am good, bro. Very good, thank you. And everything cool in your world? What are you working on today besides talking to lots of people?
Well, you know, I fed the chickens, and I built a chicken coop a couple months ago, and we have some hens, and so I let them out, and they're making noise, and then I got on the phone, and I'm doing calls. So that's about it so far today.
What are the chickens? They're for eggs, I guess?
Yeah, just 4 hens. Roosters are not allowed here in Oakland, California, but and I'm glad for that because I like to wake up at 9. We named them 1980s girl names. You know, everybody names hens like old lady names like Gertrude or, you know, Hazel, or so we thought we'd fight that and name them 80s girls names.
Like
we
what?
have Ashley and Brittany and names like that.
What are the other two?
The other two, Trish and God, what is the other one's name?
Oh, no love for number 4, folks.
I know. Hey, I've been on the phone all morning. I do know number 4's name, but you know the weird thing about chickens is they're a little like reptiles. They don't. There's not a lot of real like sort of warm bonding with your chickens. So we named them, and we thought that might happen, but you know they're a little like dinosaurs.
So because you've been on the phone all morning, that's a good excuse why you can't remember the 4th chicken's name.
All right, what's the 4th chicken's name? So I said Ashley,
Trish.
Oh, Cindy is is number 4. Sorry,
Cindy.
The reason that's my favorite chicken. I can't believe I forgot her name.
Terrible.
Oh, well.
How could that be your favorite chicken?
It is. But somehow the name thing seems to be sort of a forced human imposition onto the natural world.
That's true. Well, why does anything need a name? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I guess and I think you feel that pretty poignantly with chickens. You realize, okay, this is bull. You know,
you don't hold on to them or anything ever, huh? No snuggling, no cuddling.
No, actually, they're pretty nice. I mean, you can pet them, and they'll like hunker down so you can pet them. But it's not like a dog or a cat. It's not. You can't anthropomorphize in the same way that you can with a dog or a cat. Chickens, like the way they move their heads like that and stuff. It just. There's something sort of not human about it. It's
a shame you're not going to Kauai on this trip because they got chickens aplenty running around over there. You could maybe have a little bonding with some local chickens.
Really not too many on your island?
Our island, for some reason here, Big John, down in town at least, there aren't a whole lot of chickens running free. Over on Kauai, it seems there's very few places you can go where there is not a chicken or two running around close by your feet.
I hope there aren't too many foxes.
I don't think there are any foxes over here.
Yeah, and somebody killed them and ate them or something. Or maybe they never were on the island.
Not those kind of foxes, at least, my brother.
Yeah, right, there you go.
So you guys are you're getting ready to come back through, and this is going to be a very exciting sort of run. Get folks worked up. What are you thinking about in terms of your set and what you're going to be dropping musically on us?
Well, I think what's interesting about this about the band right now is that we've played a lot of shows in the last year, and what happens when we're in that sort of really like heavy touring mode is the band gets really tight. The band becomes even sort of impressive to me, and so I think that's one thing that is definitely probably going to be the case for these upcoming shows, and also we're going to have songs from a new album. And I don't know, sometimes we play songs from a new album for a while, but sometimes we'll play them 5 years from now, sometimes we won't. So if there's songs on the new album that you would like to hear live, now's probably your chance, and there's no guarantee that we'll be playing those songs, 5 years from now. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't.
That's the thing about your show. I was curious, when you think of the two, you're going to be doing 2 nights. You'll be over, as I was saying, on Maui. You're going to be here. When you think of the set, is it going to be the identical same set, or is there going to be something different? Do you think? Are you conscious of that each night?
We don't use a set list, so we're kind of unconscious going into whatever we're going to do. I mean, there's some songs that we're likely to play, but we've forgotten to play like the hit single before, and people gotten mad, and we just don't write it down because we really don't want to feel like we're a machine, and we like to think, coming to the end of each song, we'd like to be able to ask ourselves, well, what do we feel like playing next?
I like that.
And I think that actually leads to a more sincere and engaging experience for us, and then by as a result, also the audience.
I got to believe James Brown would agree.
Yeah. I mean, I think you got to do what you feel like doing, and if you're just following your list, I think a lot of times the songs on that list are not going to be what you feel like playing.
Remember, bands would go so far as I would really, because I kind of share your sentiments on all these things. If bands would put the set list on the back of the laminate, remember, it was like the full set list would be on the back of their laminate for the tour. I mean, what is up with that?
And you get grief from lighting people and sound engineers, and almost everybody else hates you for not giving them the list of songs.
Right. Oh, that's true. From their side of the cues and stuff, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, we're not really about having explosions on the stage, and so it's not really. It's the argument from the lighting people and the stage people is not. I don't think it's convincing. I think we have a good time doing it the way we do it.
You could always somehow, I'm thinking Alice Cooper, he worked chickens into the set. You could somehow bring your chickens along to the...
No, that would really make my chickens mad.
Yeah, no, I mean, you could do the opposite. You could have a loving sort of chicken moment.
Right, like maybe like a lot of dry ice smoke and strobe lights and chickens running around.
Yeah, happy
up
chickens.
The smoke.
Happy chickens. That's what it's all about at a cake show. What's up with the when it comes to this election business? I know you're so plugged into things. Are those sort of themes? Do they work themselves into the concert and in the way of little monologues? Are you going to be so inspired or incensed by the things that you're seeing and digesting in the media?
I've been accused of being too political now and then, but I don't think I really deliver monologues very often. Although sometimes something will come up and there will be a short mention of something or other. But I try to keep it separate. We get super angry letters and emails to our management from angry. I guess usually conservatives, that they didn't come to hear our opinion on things. And
sure.
I respect that to a certain degree. By the same token, you can't completely create perfect segmentation. We are who we are, and every once in a while you're gonna hear who we are.
One look at the website at cakemusic.com and you'll see that for sure. I mean, it's you're probably one of the more... I mean, a lot of bands take advantage of who they are to share their opinion about things aside from music, but you really do that, and that's why I just asked that, because...
Yeah, I mean, we do it, but I the way we see it is it's not really political. A lot of these issues, like especially having clean air and clean water, they're more fundamentally, I think, human issues. Mm-hmm. It's not right or left to want your children to breathe clean air.
That's right.
And we get called, sometimes liberal, but I don't think we're really all that liberal. I think we're it's a pragmatic approach, and it's conservative actually to want to preserve resources and not destroy everything.
That's a wonderful way to look at that. See, you've got it all tucked into a nice little wrap. Hey, when you think about this, the thing seriously, on a serious note, and a congratulatory note, the success of the record, the way that you had a long time get all kinds of airplay and people playing it. I heard you on there with Melissa Block or whoever it was doing the big show. How has that impacted the band? Has it rejuvenated your belief in Cake?
Well, it's. I mean, I never lost belief in the band, but I think it's rejuvenated my, belief in, I guess, the system. I thought the music business was a lot more corrupt. I believed, I think, that if we released the album on our own label, that we'd be squashed like a bug, and we weren't squashed like a bug, and we actually had a #1 record for a minute, and we're not, we don't want to be the biggest band in the world, but we weren't destroyed, and I think that definitely renews my faith in the music business, I guess, somewhat. I still think there's no hope for the future in terms of bands being able to really, make a living at it. Maybe 10 years from now, I think it's going to be more like a really good hobby. But having the success that we've had with this album has given me a more optimistic sense of the present day. I still think there's no hope for the future, but there's still hope for today.
We wouldn't love you if you thought there was hope for the future. Damn it! That's why that's why we're Cakesters.
There we go.
That's why we're caking it up. Big John.
Good times.
I throw you the high five, some shaka, some hugs. We'll see you when you come to town. I'll work out something with your peeps. And,
sounds great. Sounds awesome. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for your support, and thanks for talking to me today, even though I don't remember very much.
Well, that's what we love about the tape. Yeah. The tape gets it all, brother.
Good.
Good stuff. Big hugs, John. I'll see you soon, bro.
All right, Dave. Have a good one.
You too. Aloha.